Specflow tutorial part 5 scenario execution part 4 Gherkin in a feature file. So in this session we are going to learn about how to execute a test cases with a test explorer. So let me flip to Visual Studio. So we have this Specflow session project, and this Specflow session project we have created in the previous sessions. We have created one feature file which is this login.feature file, and we have also created a step definitions file. So this is a web step. So this web step is a class, and it is going to act as a step definitions class for the steps which we have declared it here. And we can see each step which we have declared it here is having a corresponding step definitions. So in this session we are going to execute the test cases. So whatever the steps which we have added it here, we are going to execute and we are going to get a result. Here we can see we have the step which is this I am on the login page, and we have this and I provide a username, password. So these steps are related to one of the logins. So what we guys are going to do is we are going to use a Selenium to execute the test cases. For that, first what we need a Selenium WebDriver. Right click here, add, we can say manage NuGet packages, and here we can search our NuGet package which is this Selenium. Can use a WebDriver. So let's search with selenium.webdriver. We have this particular NuGet package. The latest stable version is 4.11.0. so let's click on install, and it will install a NuGet package for us. And if we commit here, we can see we have this selenium.webdriver. So we can install another NuGet package which is this Selenium support. Right now the stable version is 4.11.0. let's click on install, and we will get another NuGet package related to a Selenium support. Here we are going to also download another NuGet package. This NuGet package is a WebDriver manager. Let's click on this, and the stable version is 2.17.0. so let's click on install, and it will install a WebDriver manager for us. The reason the WebDriver manager we have installed, or you can say we have downloaded NuGet package in this project, the reason is we are not going to use exe, or you can say we are not going to provide the path of the exe. So what we are going to do is we are going to use this particular NuGet package which is this WebDriver manager. It is automatically going to download a binary for the Chrome or for any of the browser. Let's do one thing. Let's create a constructor. Here we are saying public, we can say web steps, and inside the web steps we are going to write a WebDriver manager. So whenever you want to use a WebDriver manager, you need to create the object. We can say WebDriver manager. We have this driver manager dot, we have this setup driver, and inside this particular setup driver we are going to create the object of this Chrome config. So let's create it. Right now we are getting a syntax error. Alt enter to import a namespace which is this using WebDriver manager driver configs dot implementation. So let's import this. The moment we imported this particular WebDriver implementation namespace, the error goes away. Now let's have a semicolon here. Now we are going to create the object. We are saying I WebDriver. Here is the WebDriver is equal to Chrome WebDriver. So we are going to, and here is a Chrome driver. So what we did it here, we are creating the object of the Chrome driver. So this statement is going to open a browser related to a Chrome. So this WebDriver manager is going to download a binary as per the different versions of our browser. If we have a Chrome, it is going to download a binary for a Chrome. If it is have a Firefox, then it is going to download a binary for the Firefox as per the latest version which is available on our machine. Now let's do one thing. Let's keep it at a class level instead of having at the function level. So we can say let's remove this, and let's have this I WebDriver. Now let's have this I, and then we can use this iDriver to invoke the browser. So let's use this iDriver, and whenever you want to navigate, we are saying iWebDriver dot, we are saying navigate. We are going to navigate to a URL. We can use this go to URL. So we are going to use this particular website which is this sourcedemo.com. let's copy the URL, commit here, and a paste. So what it is going to do is it is going to open a browser, and then it is going to navigate to this particular sourcedemo.com. So here we have a different steps. I provide a username, password. So when we commit here, we have this username, password, and a login button as well. Let's inspect this. We can see a username, the ID is available already. We have this username. So let's commit here. So now we can say I provide a username. We are going to use a iWebDriver.find element, and we are going to use a locator strategy. We are going to use a locator strategy as an ID, and then we can provide the ID here as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to send the contents. What are the contents we are going to send it? If we commit here, so we have the username. So this is a standard user. We are going to use it. Let's provide the send keys as a standard user. And then if we commit here in the password, we are going to use this WebDriver find element. Locator strategy is going to be ID. We are going to use a password. We are going to send the keys. So what values we are going to send it? Let's go to site, and here is the secret sauce is the password. So provide the password here, and then we are saying I select a login button as well. So let's commit here, find a particular inspect. We can inspect this. So here is the login, and if we talk about the ID, we have the login button as an ID as well. So let's use this iWebDriver.find element, and we are again going to use a ID as a locator strategy. Let's provide the ID, and then we are saying we are going to click a button. So after moving to this particular site, so let's commit here. We are saying standard user. Let's go inside the standard user, and we have the password as a secret sauce. Let's have this go inside, and what we are going to do is we are going to check this particular swag lab. So let's select this, and if we talk about a swag lab, this is a app logo. So let's copy this, commit here, and we are saying I shown a dashboard of the application. We can take this. We are saying iWebDriver.find element. We are going to find the element with the help of this XPath. This time this is a div. So div is the tag which is present for this particular element, and then we are going to use a text. So let's have this text. We can say text is equal to this particular swag labs. Here we are going to check the count. So let's have this web elements. Instead of having a web element, we can use a count. Count is a property which helps to provide the count of the elements. Now we can see we have this getting error. Now we have assigned the count of this particular swag labs, this particular text, this particular element, how many elements are present, and then whatever the elements are presented, we are going to save it here inside the count. Then we can use a assert statement, and this assert statement is having a one method which is saying that we are saying count, and which is this value is we are saying equal to 1. So what are we doing it here? We are moving to this particular, I am on a dashboard applications. We are finding the elements with this particular tag, or you can say with the help of this XPath, and then we are counting it, how many elements are present. If the element is equal to 1, or you can say the count is equal to 1, then we can say we have logged in successfully. So let's go to login feature. Let's comment out this step because we are not going to execute this particular step. So let's go to build. Let's have a build here. Build is successful. So whenever you want to execute a Specflow test cases, then you need to go to test, and here is the test explorer. So it is going to list down all the test cases. Right now we are only having a one test case, so that is the reason behind it. We are getting this particular test case, and so run. It has opened this particular browser, and it has added the configuration. It has added a username and the password, and it came inside as well. So if we commit here, we can see we able to execute this particular test case. So whenever you want to execute the test cases, you need to go to here and test explorer, and then we can execute the test cases. So that's it in this session.